why you need an emotional house cleaning and how to do it. A favorite face cream, a trendy bestseller and an exquisite tea set, all this can imperceptibly spoil your mood. Welcome to the bright side of life. We're here to help you sort the things effectively and get rid of bad mood. Follow us to know more interesting hacks for your comfort living. We regularly clean the house. But along with the usual garbage, it is important to take out emotional garbage which is often stored just right in front of our noses. Getting rid of such unusual garbage is called emotional cleaning. As soon as you do it, you will immediately feel a burst of relief and positive. What feelings can live in our house? Guilt, shame, anxiety, regret, a variety of feelings and emotions can quietly settle in the house. Of course, each of these is useful sometimes, but the constant proximity to them is depressing. Think about it. If we take a look at the source of one of these feelings once, we then see it all the time. And this does not help us work these feelings through but only sucks our happiness and energy. Let's talk about the emotions that most often live in our house and figure out where to look for them. 1. Feeling like you're stuck. This emotion does not have a specific name, but admit it, you have felt it more than once. This is the same feeling that your life is on pause, and you are not making any significant progress. This often happens when we are waiting for something to happen. For example, you understand that you are ready for a serious relationship, but you just can't meet the right person. Or maybe you've broken a glass ceiling and don't know where to go next. The feeling of being stuck is expressed through laziness, so it lives in unfinished corners of the house. Such a paused life constantly reminds us that we are in a dead end, and we don't know how long it's gonna take. When we take responsibility for our place, we take responsibility for our present. It is necessary to dream and plan for the future, but happiness should not depend only on this point. Where to look for this feeling in the house? Places with unfinished decor or renovation. Pictures and posters standing against the wall that you never hang. Things you can use now but keep them for a special occasion. Items that you have outgrown mentally or physically. 2. Guilt. It occurs when we feel that we should have done something but skipped it for some reason. We have a habit of leaving things in prominent place to remind ourselves to get on with it. For example, we can leave vitamins on the table that we need to take, and then constantly bump into it. It distracts us and turns taking vitamins from a healthy task into a tedious chore. Guilt can also arise from feelings of betrayal towards us. It mostly happens when you break promises you made to yourself. If you bought dumbbells to work out regularly and then quit, the mere sight of them can make you feel despondency. In this case, it is better to find a new way to train or put the dumbbells in the far corner until you have the desire to do sports again. Where to look for this feeling in the house? Unfinished business and projects. Items bought for a hobby that you never got your hands on. Things related to old habits that you abandoned a long time ago. Items you bought but never used. A stack of books you wanted to read and lost interest in. Gifts you don't like but feel you should keep. 3. Shame. It hides in the vulnerable parts of your home, those where your individuality is revealed. Favorite places of shame are places where you may face judgment from family or others. It is in your wardrobe, bathroom, or kitchen. At the same time, shame is one of the most sinister emotions because it often hides under the mask of happiness. Let's start with the shelf in the bathroom with cosmetics for face and body care. Does this ritual really help you feel better, or is it just a set of products that are supposed to erase wrinkles from your face because they make you less beautiful and worthy? Let's take a look at the kitchen. The diet recipe book. Do you use it to start a healthy diet or to make your body fit strict beauty standards? In reality, the truth is often somewhere in between. However, if you feel worse every time you see certain items, you might want to get rid of them. Albums with operatic arias, serious documentaries, a stack of smart magazines and non-fiction books. Are you really interested in all these things? If you're much more into romance novels and pop charts, get rid of the things you think you should like. This will help you overcome the inner shame and fill your space with favorite objects, and therefore happiness. Where to look for this feeling in the house? Slimming clothes that have been small for you for a long time, but which you still can't throw away. Clothes that you do not like, but must wear to look presentable in others' eyes. books, music CDs, and other items that you are supposed to like but are not really interested in at all. Cosmetics and care products that remind you of the defects in your appearance. Items related to diets and trainings that you don't like. Scales and magnifying mirrors. 4. Confusion. If you feel confused when you look at your place, you may need to tidy up and take care of household chores. We can call this tolerance. The things you tolerate in your home despite the fact that they suck the energy out of you. It could be a wobbly chair, a burned-out light bulb, a vacation photo you've been planning to hang on the wall for a long time, a sweater with a torn-off button. All of these items remind you that it's time to do some cleaning, and your home is gradually transformed from a cozy nest into a giant to-do list. Confusion is also carried by broken objects. When the door is barely closed, or the bookshelves are about to fall off, it indicates to a lack of organization in your life. Think about what you need to work on. Maybe you've started to cook more, which means you need to move the spices to a drawer closer. Or your kids have grown up and it's time to make more space in the closet for their things. Creating a new space organization system will help you not only deal with household chores, but also lay the foundation for a more comfortable life. Where to look for this feeling in the house? A stack of unsorted things. Broken items. Things that need to be changed, like the batteries in the remote control, or things that need extra care, like door hinges oiled to keep them from squeaking. 5. Anxiety. Any little things that do not allow you to fully relax can cause anxiety. Perhaps everything in your home is so neat that it's hard for you to just plop down on the sofa and fully relax. Or you have a lot of furniture with sharp corners that you constantly hit with your little finger. For example, you can replace all thin water glasses with thicker ones and come surprised at how much calmer the life has become. You no longer be anxious about accidentally breaking glasses every time taken out of the dishwasher. Where to look for this feeling in the house? Unstable or wobbly items. Strange things that don't fit anywhere and are awkward to handle. Objects that make annoying sounds or objects unpleasant to touch. Objects with sharp corners. Fragile things that you are afraid to break all the time. Formal and frilly decor that needs to be handled really carefully. 6. Regret. If you look at your house and see reminders of relationships that didn't work out or other disappointments in your life, it will become difficult to process your regret and move forward. Although, sometimes it can be beneficial, because it reminds you to live in the present. Another common source of regret is spending money. Whether you overspend money for the things you don't use, those items will be a constant reminder of your self-control issues. Unfortunately, storing such things will not return your money. It is better to learn from this situation and get rid of unnecessary items. Where to look for this feeling in the house? Things that remind you of relationships that didn't work out. Useless items that you spend a lot of money on. Things that evoke memories of past mistakes and disappointments. Comment below if you found yourself at some of the mentioned points. How you usually sort old and used things. Like this video, and subscribe to our channel so the bright side of life is always with you.